Good morning, YouTube. So, just pulled up to the gym. Gonna hit a back day today, or a pull day. Just finished my pre-workout. It was the Get Raw Nutrition South Beach Slush, I think it's called. Mixed with the pineapple. It's a really great flavor. It's very tropical, which is kind of nice on these cold days. But yeah, feeling pretty good about today. Feeling wide and awake, well rested. So, gonna head in there, start a pull day, and I'll see you in there.
So I started this workout today with a pullover machine. If you don't have one of these, you can use a dumbbell laying down on a bench, or you can just simply use a cable machine with any attachment really. But I like this machine because I get a better stretch. It's more isolated, so I can focus more on the lat. This is a good warm up for the lats. All you're doing is reaching back, and then you're contracting your lats to bring your elbows back behind your back, and in this case the bar to your lap. This machine's good because of the way it's designed. The weight doesn't feel as heavy, so going up 5 pounds isn't as much as going up 5 pounds on a dumbbell or on the cable machine. But this is by far one of my favorite lat warm-ups. Do a couple sets of this and you can definitely start to feel those wings spreading, which is great for when you go into one of the next exercises like lat pull down or something like that, because you can actually feel it, so you have a better mind muscle connection. Since this was the first exercise of the workout, I did a warm-up and then 3 sets of 10 to 15, but I ended up failing most sets around 11 or 12, which is fine. This shows that I'm right there in that range. I can stay here for a couple more weeks and really build up my strength in this. I also love doing this exercise after chest day, because when you go to the top right there, you get a really good stretch on your triceps. So if they're sore from the day before, it just feels really good to stretch them out right there. Next we had lat pull down. I'm using this mag grip bar because it has a better grip for me. And I like the feeling that it's kind of turned in a little bit, so that way it's more, not exactly neutral, but a little more neutral of a grip. The goal for this was to keep the elbows tucked and not bend back too far, and just go nice and slow up to the top. Again, for this, kind of the same thing. I did a warm-up set and 3 sets of 10 to 15, trying to go heavier every time. I'm still trying to work back up to the weights that I was using pre-surgery, so getting very close, but not exactly there yet. This set is a perfect example of a nice tool that you can use in your arsenal if you're stuck at a weight, or you're just trying to go up in general and get stronger, but you're not quite sure if you're ready for that next weight. I always believe that you should try and go up every time, even if you can't. But if you run into a situation like this where you can't quite get that 10 to 15 that I wanted, you can see that pause right there. Go up, do as many as you can, and then you just simply stand up and drop the weight and do a drop set. The drop is totally up to you. I recommend dropping not significantly, but enough to where you can bust out a few more reps. But the key here is to do those next reps with the same intensity and the same momentum and tempo that you were the original set. And you're gonna get the most bang for your buck by doing this if you think you can go up. This next exercise has become one of my all-time favorite back exercises. I kind of said it in my Q&A video, and I wish I had a better angle of it, but I didn't want to film the people that were working out behind me. But essentially what this is it's a single arm row, but you take your leg and you place it on the opposite footrest, as you can kind of see with the exposed footrest there on the left. And what you're doing is you're pulling and you're allowing your shoulder, your working arm shoulder, to go forward, and then when you pull, you're pulling it back, but you're not rocking with the spine at all and moving like that. And this is kind of pulling cross body, but it's really gonna hit the lat, and it's really you're gonna feel it. You're gonna be sitting there, and the first few, you're gonna be like, oh, this isn't that bad, I could probably go up and weight. And then it's just gonna hit you on like the 10th rep, and you're gonna be like, oh man, this kind of hurts in a good way. But yeah, after my coach showed me this, he walked me through exactly how to do it properly, and this has quickly become one of the best back exercises. I highly recommend you try it if you haven't already. Again, we're doing 3 sets of 10 to 15, trying to get as close to 15 as you can, but you know, if you can't, that's fine as long as you're in that range. If you can't hit that 10, maybe do a drop set like we did in the last exercise, or you just go down next time. It's not a big deal if you're going down in weight, especially, you know, if you're on a cut, if you didn't sleep well. There's a bunch of factors that can play into just not performing as you did the last time. When doing these and doing most back exercises, really, I like to do a good mix of using straps and not using straps. I know using straps or not using straps, you're going to get a better grip workout, so that way you can actually hold on to the bar or whatever you're using a lot easier when, you know, your grip gets stronger and everything. But I do feel that when I use the straps, I get a better focus on just the muscle that I'm working. So I don't have to worry about my grip giving out or adjusting my grip every time. I can just focus on my back and pulling, and I can even focus more on kind of taking the bicep out of the equation. So good use of straps. I would recommend doing a mix of both, so that way you do build up a good grip, but just use them if you need them. Next up, we have rack pulls. For those of you that don't know, I have 2 disintegrating discs in my spine, so it's really easy for me to slip a disc, especially during lifts like deadlifts. I've done in the past where, you know, I've done 385 just fine, and then I'm warming up with 245 and I slipped something in my back. So kind of moved away from deadlifts, and we moved on to rack pulls. For this, you want it just below your knees starting out at the tendon right there below your kneecap. And again, use straps if you need to, use a belt if you need to, nothing wrong with that. But you're just gonna go down as if you were deadlifting, but you're gonna stop right there at the bar. I try not to go too heavy with these, but I try and focus on form and just kind of exploding up to the top. So, yeah. All right, the last exercise we have is going to be this seated row. It's plate loaded. I like it because of the angle that it pulls. It kind of, at the end, you can sink into it and really squeeze your back. Whole purpose of this is you're basically bringing your shoulder blade to the center of your spine and pulling it together. You can adjust the seat. I like to have it to where it's coming kind of right where my rib cage is. But same thing with this, since your chest is supported, you can really lean into it and let your shoulder go forward, which is going to give you a really nice stretch on that lat. This is the last exercise, but I still went hard, and I still went 10 to 15 reps with 3 sets. Got progressively harder at the end as I was very, very tired, but we still made it through, and it was a great way to cap off the workout. And of course, we couldn't end the workout without some sort of flexing. Not doing this to be egotistical or narcissistic or anything like that. Really just trying to feel how posing is and kind of work into the different poses. My plan is to compete at some point, and I think it would be ridiculous if I looked amazing going to a show and had no idea how to pose. So kind of working into it, really just going off of YouTube videos and Instagram videos, but hopefully I'm getting better at it. I don't know. You guys can tell me in the comments maybe. But yeah, that's going to do it for this workout. If you guys liked it, maybe follow me, like the video, share it with your friends, family, whoever, and I will see you on the next one.